This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about two standouts in camp, one on defense, one on offense, and this Jaire Alexander thing. But I'm hearing 16 million for 1 year. I think that's too much. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, got to say happy Father's Day, man. My kids, they 2 and 4, man. They painted this white hat. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just wear it in the video. My wife got me this 26 Saquon Barkley. So I'm just wearing my Father's Day gift stuff. And to all the dads that watch my video, happy Father's Day, man. But before we get into the main topics, I want to talk about something with Jalen Hurts and how his agent came out and spoke about his contract, how Jalen Hurts was such an advocate on not being the highest paid, but he wanted everybody paid. But let me play this clip.
Jalen is just such a selfless guy. I mean, he was adamant about whatever deal, he told me to do the deal. He didn't want any updates till it was done, which is very rare. You have a lot of clients that are like, give me every update. What's the counter? He's like, I don't want to hear anything. Just tell me when it's done. And he's like, don't screw the team. Make sure my team is around me. And so I actually remember coming back to him and the day that the deal was done and saying, hey, you're the highest paid player in NFL history. And his response was, well, I didn't ask you to do all that. And I was just like, okay. All right. Thanks. I thought you were going to say, thank you, good job. Right. But he was so concerned about his team. Like, how am I going to keep my team around? How are these guys still going to be paid? And he wanted me to show him. How does it affect the cap? So the option bonuses help Jalen to have peace that, hey, don't worry that you're getting $51 million a year. We've done it this way so it doesn't affect the cap. The cap hit is not that large. Like, he needed to be educated on that before he would let me accept the deal because he cared so much about his teammates.
That just lets you know Jalen Hurts is selfless. Like, he like, yo, I'm worried about, like, I want to see AJ get paid. I want to see Smitty get paid. Everybody get paid. He didn't want his contract to hinder the cap. And hell, Nicole Lynn had to reach out to him like, look, it's not going to affect the cap. This is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to break down. The team will be fine. Which he said, like, usually clients, they want to know everything. They trying to maximize and get as much money as possible, which each side I'm not mad at. The guy that want to take the pay cut for the team and the guy that want the most money. Because what the NFL really stand for, not for long league, whatever they say, right? So we know you only can play the NFL for a few years, so you try to maximize your money as much as possible. Then other people look at it like, yo, the way I could maximize my time here is taking pay cuts, get the best team available, because as long as the team is thriving, we could keep the team together and I could be here for a long time because the team is doing good. Usually when you see guys leaving or guys getting cut or guys not making it for so long, is one, is injury, and two, the team just sucking. Simple as that. So shout out to Jalen Hurts, man, because when you look at the cap hits, that's how we was able to keep all these guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side, not so much, but offensive side, we were able to keep a lot of guys. So imagine if Jalen Hurts waited it out and tried to get like something like Dak Prescott, or hell, what if he was crying and complaining about a contract now and tried to get something like Dak Prescott where it could have hindered the cap? We probably couldn't have re-signed Zach Bond. Now we got to make a tough decision on Smitty. Like, imagine if Jalen Hurts was that type of guy. He's like, I'm getting generational money. I will be fine. So I like that for Jalen Hurts, man. He did it for the team, and look, it resulted in the ring. Now, if he did all that and we ain't get no ring, it was like, man, you should have just got your bread. But, you know, he took the sacrifice for the team financially. He definitely did. So salute to Jalen Hurts. But let's get into these main topics, man. Before I go over the camp standouts, let's talk about Jaire Alexander, man. A lot of you guys really want Jaire Alexander. And the report that's coming out of CBS, they think the Eagles will sign him 1 year, $16 million. I hope it's not fully guaranteed, because what, Slay got 1 year, $10 million. Isaiah Rodgers, I think, got like 1 year, $6 million or something like that, which is the price of two. So we're gonna get one guy for the price of two, basically. Whereas though you could have kept Isaiah Rodgers on a really cheap deal. Or maybe you could have taught Slay for staying like 1 year, $8 million. If you're going to sign Jaire Alexander, I hope it's like a $10 million incentive. Like you got to stay healthy or something. Because 1 year, $16 million for Jaire Alexander today is crazy. I get it. He's 28. He's supposed to be technically in his prime, but injuries. Like look at the last 3 years. I mean, he's missing damn near full seasons or half of each season. To me, the best ability is availability. Yes, I seen Jair Alexander shut Justin Jefferson down. I seen him shut down some receivers. But if you're gonna only get that for 7 games out of 18, 20 games, the reason why I'm saying 20, because we usually go to the playoffs. Last year, he tore some in his knee. That's why he couldn't even play when it was the Eagles versus Green Bay. So Jair, with him, my question is, can he stay healthy? Of course, if he's healthy, he's one of the best corners in this league, of course. But I have to acknowledge that he haven't been healthy. I just gotta put that out there. It's simple as that with me with Jair Alexander. And two, I like what I'm hearing about Keely Ringo. I like what I'm hearing about like Eli Ricks and those guys. I'm sorry, I do. We're not talking about these guys as rookies. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh man, those two again. We're not talking about them as rookies. We're talking about them as year 3 guys who sat behind Slay for a couple years, who had a guy like Isaiah Rodgers in the locker room. So what I'm saying is they seen guys develop. They had the chance to watch these guys develop. And another thing, 3 or 4, I lost track of the number I'm on. Vic Fangio. Now, Vic Fangio believe Keely Ringo's not ready, believe the backups behind him is not ready. For sure, he will say, Howie Roseman, we got to go get somebody else. You know why? I'm going to use the same example time and time again till y'all hate it. Look at our linebacker room going into last year's season. Zach Bond, Devin White, N'Kobe Dean, Trotter Jr. Everybody like, yo, what the hell? Like, we need somebody else. And we going to cut Devin White. We need somebody else. Go trade for somebody else. Vic Fangio was like, hold my beer. Watch what I got in Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean. We seen game 1. We like, you know what? That's week 1. But that guy, Zach Bond, got potential. We seen him against the Saints. We like, oh, he might be the real deal. And then as the season went on, we like, oh, man, Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean might be the best duo in football. But if you told me that going into the season last year, Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean will be the best duo in football, I say you're a liar. If you told me that, I'm like, nah, you just an Eagles apologist. You're not realistic thinking Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean is going to be the best duo in football, which they were. They were real debates. I was a big advocate for it. There were real debates on is Fred Warner or Zach Bond is the better linebacker in the league. I went with Zach Bond. I put it out there. I got hundreds of thousands of impressions on Twitter when I was like, yo, Zach Bond is better than Fred Warner. I said that by like week 12, week 13. Nah, wow, you tripping. I'm like, oh, okay. Look at the numbers. Let's compare the stats. And then people like, you know what? Zach Bond did have a better year, but he's not better than Fred Warner, which I said is fair. Fred Warner got a longer, trajectory or a longer resume, I should say, of doing this. Zach Bond had 1 year, but that 1 year, Zach Bond was better than Fred Warner. We'll see as time go on, see if Zach Bond develop, or see if he can stay on that same level. We would definitely see. But I just bring that up to say, if Fangio think Keely Ringo is ready, we gotta trust it. Because when did Fangio lead us wrong? He haven't led us wrong. And trust me, if you don't believe Keely Ringo is the guy, you seen what he did to Avante Maddox. I gotta get you up out of here. Cooper DeJean, get out there, do what you gotta do. Hell, I think if Keely Ringo's not ready, I could see something where we move Cooper DeJean to the outside and have Mac McWilliams play that slot. I could see something like that happening, but that's just my theory on things. All right, so let's talk about a camp standout, and you see it in the title, Jalyx Hunt. So Ruben Frank put out there from NBC, he was like, "Yo, he's gonna be a terror. He's gonna be a force in training camp. He's gonna be a force when training camp starts. He's only getting better and better and better." And far as what I've been reading, oh, he sat Jalen Hurts. Oh, he's stopping this play. Oh, he's stopping that play. Oh, he's doing his job. He got Jordan Mailata upset. That's all I hear about Jalyx Hunt. So much positive news, and I'm happy for Jalyx Hunt because when we drafted him, I'm like, small school, don't really have experience at the edge. Just give him like 3 years, he'll be ready. Nah, he was ready his rookie year. He was ready his rookie year. And I say that to say this, Jalyx Hunt gotta be a really smart player. We're talking about a guy that played safety at one point, a guy that played linebacker at one point, and then he transitioned to the edge. So that lets you know where his intelligence at on playing football in general, and then he just got the skill set to match it. And even when you hear him speak, he still speak about just developing and getting better. And honestly, him lining up against Jordan Mailata each and every time they practice, that just lets you know like he's going to develop and get better because Jordan Mailata is one of the top 5 tackles in his league. PFF said he's number one, so I say he's the best. Even if you line him up on the right side, he got to go up against Lane Johnson. So time and time again, he's playing top 5 guys. And if he causing them guys headaches, man, Giants, I feel bad for y'all. Cowboys, I feel bad for y'all. Washington, I feel bad for y'all. Whoever we got to play, I feel bad for y'all because even the guys behind them is really good. What if O'Shea made the team good? I like Raylan. I can't think of his last name. Got 2 last names. The guy we drafted. I like him too. Haven't heard too much about him, but I like him too. You got Aziz. You got Nolan Smith, but Nolan Smith will be on the right side. But you get my point. Your edges are just fine because that's another position I keep hearing about. Oh, go get T.J. Watt. He was our favorite to get T.J. Watt. Go get Trey Hendrickson. He's out there. Or go get Trayvon Walker from Jacksonville. He's out there. I'm like, I think we good what we got in the building. And again, if we need those guys, Vic Fangio will reach out to Howie Roseman. Hey, we need some more help. Go trade for somebody. You know, one of the things that stood out to me last year too is when the trade deadline came up, and we was like, nah, we ain't gonna trade for nobody. And I forgot what position we wanted to trade for. It was something on defense. And Vic Fangio hit up Howie Roseman like, nah, we good with what we got. And we didn't make any moves during the trade deadline. Surprisingly, every year we made a move, but last year was like the team we have now solid. So we rocked and roll with the team we had. I think that's something we're gonna do. We probably sign a couple more guys here and there, but I don't see the big move unless there's an injury or somebody's extremely underperforming. It's like, okay, then we got to make a move. But there's something to watch and see. Another standout is Terrace Marshall Jr. Terrace Marshall Jr. There's multiple reports and articles coming out like how he's standing out in camp, how he's doing his thing, how Devontae Smith also said like he liked playing beside him and they got experience playing beside each other. They both from Louisiana. And Terrace Marshall Jr., you told me a couple years ago we would have Terrace Marshall Jr., I'll be jumping for joy. But we know like his career just haven't been good. I think he had one good year in Carolina, but other than that, it's just been a downward slope. But he do have an opportunity for that wide receiver 4 spot because it's wide open. Everybody know A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahad Dotson. Everybody else spot could get got. Johnny Wilson is falling. Anaya Smith is rising. Then you have, a bunch of UDFAs. My favorite UDFA right now is I can't even think of his name. Darius Cooper. That's my favorite UDFA. You got him rising for sure. So we just gotta watch. We got Danny Gray rising, so we gotta watch that wide receiver 4. Maybe we keep 5, but like I said, we have 5 wide receivers. That one wide receiver is going to be probably a kick returner, punt returner, like how we always had Covey, or we maybe go with 4, have somebody on the practice squad, and then always bring them up each and every game day till we officially sign them on the roster, like we did Covey for a couple years. That's the only way I could see 5 wide receivers on this team. So, look, Terrace Marshall, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, man. Again, that wide receiver 4 spot is wide open. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think, and how do you feel? Again, happy Father's Day to the dads out there, man. Jalyx Hunt doing this thing. Terrace Marshall Jr. doing this thing. And Jaire Alexander, man. Y'all just won't let it go. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.